Howdy, folks. I'm Jeff.
And I'm John.
And we are the J&J Show on Roadtrip.
On the road trip to Utah, man. We're up here where the weather's nice, the mountains are tall, and the scenery is just awesome.
And the food was pretty good.
Food was really good over at Ruby Place, yeah.
So we came in here to Roy High School with Aaron Yates.
It's Aaron right here. He don't talk,
Yeah,
but he's a
Aaron
teacher.
Yates.
I'm the instructor at Roy High, and we've competed in the Milton Industry competition that they put on.
The Tools for Schools.
Yeah, the Tools for Schools.
Where Milton Industries partnered with myself, and you guys won 5th place, and I don't want to say, but it was a community battle here because your rival just inched you guys out at the end.
Yeah, we were right on top, and we were in the lead, and we were good. And then we woke up and watched the results come in, and we were excited, and then found out that Bonneville took us, and then it was us after them, and so a lot of our students in the community were pretty upset about that, but it's okay. We love Bonneville and all that they do because they help and support us as well.
Well, and we got something to tell you about. But first, this is actually a couple of the tools that you guys won.
Correct.
The Milton Z-Line by Milton, the oil drain tank. And tell us about this right here, the little spray bottle.
So this is the brake spray bottle that you can use on your brakes.
They actually found out that this particular model works better for the cleaners and the sprayers and the degreasers. They're coming out with a new one for the brake because some of the brake cleaners are a little bit aggressive on that.
We're way too aggressive for this.
Okay.
They changed some things up inside. Got a whole different model coming.
Oh, awesome.
So we'll see about getting y'all one of those. But like in all these vehicles, I'm looking around and you're blessed with all these lab vehicles. And you said y'all get a lot of community support, industry support. And we're actually standing right here in front of, would this be J. Allen Hunter?
This would be J. Allen Hunter's program with Hunter Engineering, the Hawkeye Liner.
That's top of the line, folks. Tell us a little bit about this, and you were telling us about a local business, Young Automotive, that helps y'all.
Yeah, so we try to partner with companies that are going to help support our program, get kids interested in industry. So Young Automotive has been a pretty big supporter right now of our shop, and so they've donated engines, they've donated transmissions, they've donated product to help us and entice the students to come into the industry. And so right now, we have about 1/3 of our advanced students that are working with them in industry. And
that's a great way to get these young folks into a business where everybody is saying, hey, we're short on technicians. If they come help a program like you kind of get first pick, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, and they actually will come in and they'll talk to the students. They've even come in and they brought technicians in so the kids get to meet technicians before they even go out in industry. And so they've put on little clinics, auto clinics, and talk to them about the cars and how they work and different equipment that they would use in industry. And so going back to the Hunter machine, it's a great opportunity to teach kids the fundamentals about steering and suspension and how to align a car and how that affects how that car is going to drive down the road. And so, like you said, we're really blessed to have the equipment, the sponsorships that we have with different companies, and you guys helping out programs like us to continue to keep having that education brought forward to those students that can go out in industry. So it's this stuff. Again, this is a larger scale and a larger piece of equipment, but even like our multimeters and getting them trained on electronics, that's huge for industry. And so having that equipment to train them, it helps having those connections and that ability to connect with people to sponsor that too. So.
And one of the big deals with this Hawkeye is this system will actually hook into the new ADAS, because a lot of the vehicles now have the ADAS, and so you do an alignment and then you still have to go back in and do steering wheel angle and some new stuff that we just didn't have to do with just doing suspension and alignment before.
Yeah, and we haven't gotten to that point yet here. That's something that Adam's been pushing up at Bonneville, and hopefully we see that in the next little bit, where we can start bringing in that ADOS equipment and be able to hook it up to the machine, because that's that next step. So it's always looking, again, industry's always changing, and so it's what do we need to do to keep current, because that's the big thing, is if students aren't staying current and we're teaching them on the back end, we need to make sure that they're ready for industry. So we got to have the equipment for that. So,
and that's all part of getting the help. And one of the things that we don't want to miss is you were telling me about Young Automotive and Red Cap. Explain what's happening with that.
Yeah, so right now over the summer, Young got in touch with me about sponsoring some shirts with our logos on them. So we still have our Roy Auto logo on it, but they're attaching theirs with it to show that they're really in support of the high school programs and want people to know that they want to try to help get that industry built up. So they're sponsoring the shirts and helping students have those out here as they're working out in the shop. So
because it makes a difference. I noticed you had the sign over there where you guys are part of Skills USA.
Correct, yeah.
And if you go to an event or you go out in the public, you want your kids representing professionalism.
Right, and it kind of brings that camaraderie where the kids feel like they belong, and it helps them stay engaged with the industry, and they see the support system, and they're all in, and so yeah, the kids love it. And when we told them that Young was sponsoring the shirts, they really were, hey, how do we get this? How do we be a part of that? And so when we do go to those competitions, the kids are excited and they get to puff out their chests a little bit because they're wearing the Roy Auto logo, but they're grateful for the support from industry. And right now it's the Young Automotive group. So. And
that's what we hope a whole lot of most shop owners realize is these folks are so grateful. They're so appreciative. It's support that's needed.
Right.
And we've been to the different schools and stuff, and you see different things going on at different ones. Some of them need lab vehicles. You guys are blessed with lab vehicles. Some of them need engines and transmissions for the students to pull apart, put back together. And we can see that y'all got them here. That's just so neat. And then one of the other things is y'all do some different competitions and stuff to keep the kids interested. And we were looking at this over here, and John's making all that noise, and John goes, oh my gosh, we didn't have nothing like this. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what is this? And this, you said this is actually a combination of y'all and the welding.
Correct. Yeah. So
tell them what this is.
Yeah. So this is a drift trike. So you get to go and drive it around and drift around with it, and the kids have a lot of fun on it. At the end of the year, the kids that build them, and this is just one of the styles that they could build. The welding teacher will also do ones that are made out of tubes, and they have to bend them and get the right precise measurements. So it kind of teaches those math skills. And but yeah, they get to go and compete against other kids in the district and in the state, and see who can win in the drift competition. So,
and it's on a circle track.
Yep.
And John, what are those on that purple stuff?
Hey, that purple stuff could be blue or green. That is the water pipe. That's all that is. And it's to keep it from getting traction, so it will do the drifting that you want it to do.
What size is that motor, Aaron?
I think it's a 212 Predator engine that you can get at Harbor Freight, and we normally buy those when they're on sale because we want to have that money stretch as far as possible. But
and when you say Harbor Freight, I've noticed all of your toolboxes and stuff for the U.S. General. Which
correct. Yeah.
And that's another industry support.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So they do just a lot. Aaron, we're so impressed. We got to talk with the students earlier. Unfortunately, we don't have the right permits to show all the kids on camera.
Got to be a little private.
But, there's rules and regulations. We always try to abide by them. And I know you have some really nice Challenger lifts over there. You've got the Hunter equipment.
Got a Hunter tire balancer, Hunter tire machines down here. I'm amazed by the equipment, and I really believe having top quality equipment in these schools so the students learn on the top quality equipment, they go to a better type of shop to work. They go to a shop that don't have some cheap tool or don't have the tool to do the job.
Tools and training, and that's what the J&J Show is all about. Tools, technology, and training. And one of the things I notice is, we talk about the ADOS, the new systems, and then we have the EVs coming in, and you've guys already got the hooks hanging up around here.
Right. Yeah, we actually, so last year with the university, the local university, Weber State, we actually partnered with them to bring hybrid and electric training into the high schools. And so they supplied us with some tools and equipment, and then they actually brought in, so we have a Toyota Prius that we use on that training, but they actually dropped off for about 3 weeks a Tesla Model 3, and the kids were able to learn the components and learn how to lift an electric vehicle because they're a little bit different. And
Not a little bit, a lot different.
Yeah.
Because that can be a $30,000 boo-boo.
Oh yeah, yep. Or safety-wise, right? You pinch that battery in the bottom, and that'd be a day over, right?
And see, that's all part of why we need to, as an industry, partner with these schools, is because right there, I guarantee you, there's not a lot of shops that know how to lift the vehicles, because we went to some training, and the regular lifts that they have, sometimes you need different arms, and also there's a weight difference. Those cars weigh more. So
You can't do it with your old 7,000-pound lift. The battery alone weighs that in these cars.
So to have folks like Aaron Yates at Roy High School being able to teach that is just, that's amazes me.
That's a Head Start program, buddy, right there.
That is. So Aaron, we're so appreciative of what you're doing with these students and what you're doing, and we're so appreciative of all the community support that you get. Now, when we talk about community support and you won 5th place, we want to let everybody know that there's coming up, we're fixing to launch the fall Tools for Schools. It'll start October 16th. For that first week, you get to nominate your schools again. And then the second week, the 23rd through the 29th, grab all the support like you guys did. They were 5th place winners with like over 20,000 votes. And he'll need his community supporting him again to win. There's going to be some Milton tools. There's going to be Z-Line tools. There's going to be LTI by Milton, which we talked about, Shocket technology, and some ProMax. John loves that ProMax. And then we've also got red line detection with the smoke machine jumping on board. And we've just got Top Dawn with some Top Dawn scanners. And we were talking about, most of the tools that you use are big case boxes, and this is a little dongle that you carry, and it actually hooks to your phone or a tablet to be able to help diagnose the cars. Those are helpful tools.
Yeah, and I love making connections with people and having that support. Like I said, we're really blessed with the equipment that we have, and we're excited to compete again, because at least hope so, right? Because we got to put in that first week. So again, our goal is to win or at least beat Bonneville.
Beat Bonneville. That's got to be the goal. Just beat Bonneville.
But that again, it gets those kids excited. They're excited for new equipment from those different vendors, and so they love the support. The community loves the support and trying to win and help Roy High. There's a great community here at Roy, and so it was kind of sad that we lost it to Bonneville right at the end, but
you still made the top 5.
But we made the top 5, and we still won some awesome equipment for the kids to use, and they've been loving it. So,
and right now it looks like we're able to have 11 prize packages, so we'll give a few more schools chances, and we're still waiting on a couple manufacturers that might hop on, and we might wind up with a few more prizes. But we so much appreciate you taking time. We know you're hungry, and it's time for lunch. And we're getting hungry too.
We're hungry. I promise. We started hungry, but we ain't stopped yet.
And we're always hungry for the tools, technology, and training that we get to share to y'all. As always, we appreciate you watching.
Bless you.